Hi, my name's Albert, and welcome to On to Something, my YouTube channel where I talk about my thoughts on life, philosophy, and lessons I've learned along the way of self development. I thought a lot about how I would make a video kind of introducing the channel, and I can't think of a better thing than to tell a story. You see, when I turned 30, it was a really important time of my life where I took the time to really analyze my life and think about what I was happy about, what I wasn't happy about, what I wanted to do, who I was, and who I wanted to be. And one of the biggest things that I came away from that process is realizing that there was something of a difference between who I thought I was and what my actions stated I was. If I considered myself to be super hardworking, but for the past year, I didn't really do a whole lot, then there's an incongruency there that I think was resulting in a lot of unhappiness. And I tell you this to set up the story. So a little bit after this, I went to visit one of my best friends in Florida. We go to Daytona Beach and we're just hanging out. And offhandedly, the conversation came up of the ocean. And I had remarked, I've never actually been in the ocean before. I'm 31 at this point, never been in the ocean. And she was like, how have you not been in the ocean before? And I said, well, I just don't like the ocean. And I thought about that a lot. And I thought, well, why don't I like the ocean? I've never actually been in it. I've never really gone to it. I've never spent the day at the beach or, by the ocean. So why do I not like the ocean? And I kind of realized that at some point in my teenage years, I had just decided that was just my identity. I did not like the ocean. So I thought about it for a moment. I got up and I was like, I'll be right back. So I'm in board shorts. I walk over and I'm looking at the ocean. I'm watching the tide. I see the water come in, push back out towards the horizon. And I'm like, I think I'm going to get into this ocean. So I kept looking at it for a minute just to kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say psych myself up for it, but I really just wanted to appreciate the moment because I've conceptually thought about the ocean. I obviously know what it is, but this is one of the first times I've really seen the idea of like foam rolling in with the tide and just, the sounds of birds in the distance and feeling the wind. And it was a really cool moment. I was like, I would not have experienced this if I was not here looking to do this. So the water recedes and I decided to step out. And for that very first time, I felt warm salt water crash at my feet, rise up to my ankles. And it was such an interesting experience because what happened next was extremely profound for me. I felt the tide pull away and it felt like I could feel every grain of sand pull along with the water. And I have never felt something like that before in my entire life. And I thought in that moment, wow, if I never actually tried this, if I never railed against this identity that I made for myself, that I just did not like the ocean, I would have never experienced something as amazing as feeling sand being pulled underneath your feet. And that was a revelation for me because I thought if I've been missing out on this experience, what else am I missing out on? What else could I be doing? What else could I be enjoying? What other parts of life could I be experiencing? And I came back to my friend and I told her all about this. And I probably sounded like a crazy person, like who feels such a revelation from getting into the ocean. But this was a big moment for me. And it really went on to anchor a lot of my ambitions and intentions from then on. My curiosity about experiences is what led me to wanting to move to the West Coast. And that curiosity, that interest ended up allowing me to garner the confidence to go to my job and say, I want to be able to work remotely full time. I want to move to California and be by the ocean, if anything, but for my own personal happiness. And before getting into the ocean, I would have never mustered the courage to do that. I would have never felt so passionately about experiencing new things and trying new things that I'd be willing to go outside of my comfort zone and really advocate for myself and push for something that I want. And I know I would not have the life that I have right now if not for stepping in the ocean in that day. I tell that story because I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing with this channel here. I think a lot about life. I think a lot about different things in life, but it feels very vulnerable to share that in such an honest and unblemished way. But my hope is that it sparks conversations. I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live life. I'm not trying to give tips. There's no how to or 3 steps or anything like that. I'm merely sharing my thoughts on life. And I would love nothing more than for someone to watch one of these videos and say like, hey, I didn't really think about it like that before. That's giving me a lot to think about. Or better yet, I would love to hear someone else's perspective, and then that alters my own. It's like, I never looked at it like that. I really just want to create discussions. And I think that would help me a lot in life as I continue to grow and as I continue to develop. And I would love for you to be a part of that journey. Yeah, you watching. I would love for you to be a part of it. So yeah, that's going to be the basic idea of the channel. Again, it's called On to Something because I don't know if I have all the right answers, but I do think I'm on to something. So yeah, that's what these videos are going to be about. That is what this journey is going to be. And it would mean a lot to me if you joined me. Again, my name is Albert, and I'll see you in the videos. All right.